Hello friends and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy and we are working on our land that I love today. So I'm so happy you came and joined me today. This is a sew along that Tammy at the Siberian Wind and I have been doing since November of 2024. And we are just about to wrap it up at the end of July 2025. I will have her link down in the description because we go live on her channel Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you'd like to join us, just click that link and it'll take you to her channel. And you can go find her click videos or lives, and she has thumbnails out there, and you can click and notify me and you'll receive a notification. Our next one is going to be tomorrow night, so feel free to come join us. What I am doing right now is putting on, I think this is row 12. And it's not going to take me very long to do this, so what I am doing is pinning this row on so I can get it sewn together. This row, on this quilt, it is an on-point quilt. And I think I need to be doing it from the other direction. I probably do because I'm going to be sewing it this direction. So how are y'all doing? It has been a rainy couple days here. Let's see, Monday we had a storm come through that knocked out our power for 3 hours. Tuesday, it is Tuesday night. I did record earlier for you guys, and we had a storm come through after that. So, and thank you all for telling me to, take it easy. I am taking it easy. I think I mentioned, y'all see about 10% really of what goes on with me. I am elevating and icing my leg. I ice normally every hour, every 20 minutes, but what I've been doing recently is I am like every 2 hours I need to walk. So instead of icing, I'll get up and I'll walk. But I am being very, very, very careful. The last thing I need to do is slip or fall. I was really hoping I would be way better than I am. I guess I just anticipated I'd be good as new, a couple days after the surgery, because I had a coworker that had the surgery done. And he was doing good in 3 days. I'm doing good, but I'm not doing good enough to get down the steps and all that like I should. I did try to drive on Monday, and that put me down for a little bit today. I mean, I had not had pain medication since Saturday, but I did today. I took some today because I didn't sleep very well on Monday night because I just could not get comfortable. And I'm hoping tonight is better. Let's just say that. I had thought maybe, if I lay down and I can't get comfortable, I will go on and take some pain medication to help me get comfortable so I can sleep. But other than that, I'm really not taking any. I'm just letting my pain be my guide. Now, I'm not going to let it get too bad. So, that won't be the case. Now, what I'm going to do here is check and see if I have any seams that need to come together. I don't think I'll have any seams, but I'm just making sure. Because I think where I have a solid piece here, I have a piece on this side. Now this is just going to be a very short video, unless I find something else I want to sew on. I may go on and start my next row. That may be what I do, because I do have this block right here that is ready to start being assembled for the next row, but I can do that after I do this. That I may go on ahead and do that. But I hope if y'all are doing the land that I love, y'all are enjoying it. I am thoroughly enjoying this quilt. I have found some blocks that I really like, and that I'm very interested in possibly making a quilt out of. And that, that would be fun for me to do. I'd like to find new blocks. And the one that I did for last Thursday was one of those blocks. I really enjoyed that block. It was so beautiful. I loved it. I think it was called the weather vane block, something like that. But I may actually try to make a quilt, like a bed quilt, out of that block. It was so pretty. I really loved it. And I'm feeling the seams in here, and I will have to press this. Once I get it done, I'll need to press this. And like I said, it's going to be very quick, because this only has, I think, this one has probably 4 to 5 blocks in it. But I really am wanting to get things caught up, so I am not behind on anything. And guys, I have to admit, I have a YouTube problem. I have gone online, and I don't know whose channel it is, but I have found a channel where I don't know, I can't remember the name of the channel, but she makes bags out of dish mats. And I'm just like amazed at it. I have watched her make so many bags over the past few days, 5 days. I am just amazed. Just literally amazed. And now it makes me want to do one. So, go figure, huh? I'll have to see if Dollar General has something like that, because I'm not paying $10 for a set of dish mat. I'm not doing that. Not when I can get them at Dollar Tree for $1.25. But they're not the pretty ones. If I want a pretty bag, I may have to do that. Because y'all probably noticed behind me, it's kind of dark right there in my curtains. It's kind of dark. It is after 9 o'clock. But I did sleep until noon today. I need to, just thinking about this, I need to make sure that my boss is aware that I have another appointment on Monday, and I want, because I had only taken a week off because I didn't know. The doctor had never told me how long I was going to be out, nothing like that. But I did find out that I can't go back to work until after I go to the doctor and he releases me. So, I mean, I figured that much. But I never got any clear instructions until after the surgery, of course. You know, that I can't go to work, which I wasn't going to try to anyway, because I know I need to recuperate. And I know even though I can sew, somebody may say, well, you can go to work if you can sit. That's not quite, because I can sit here for an hour to an hour and a half does not mean that I can be at work for 10 hours, because I have to elevate my leg and I have to ice it. And I can't elevate my leg at work. In the chair I have to get in and out of at work. It's not easy. Okay, so now I have this row put on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray it and press it out, and when we come back, I'll be assembling this block into a row, so when the block we make tomorrow night, I can go on and put it in that row and we can have it ready, because our last day to sew on this quilt is going to be July 31st, which, you know, is only, what, 3 Thursdays? So I need to get as much done as I can, so the last day that we're sewing, I will be assembling the border on my quilt top. So one moment, I'll be pressing this and then we'll be assembling that into a row. Okay, now you'll see that back there behind me. So guys, it's less than 20 minutes and I got that row done, got it pressed. Had to get my husband to put it back up there because I can't stand to do that right now. So let me get my book, and we are going to see this next row that we're doing. I think this one only uses 2 of our sewn blocks like this and 1 of our white blocks. I'm going to count it out and make sure. It should be row 7 from the back corner. Let me check to make sure. So it is 7. So this row does require 2 of these blocks, but we start off with 1 of our E triangles. I don't want to lose my little alphabetties here. If y'all are wondering what this is an alphabetty and a wonder clip holding that alphabetty on. These alphabetties are great. I actually have 2 sets of them, so I can keep one going on. So we use 1 of our triangles, and then this one I'm going to go on and pull out all that we need, and then we have a triangle here. I'm going to go on and turn them the way they go, and then we have a white star, or a white with red star, and then we have a red that goes to the top. And then we will have our block that we do Thursday night. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close up my bin here. I'm going to push this out of the way, keeping everything in line. I line up at the top point and go down that top side there, because I'm going to sew this side. And I do not have to pin because there's no seams that have to nest or anything. Now you can pin if you want to make sure everything stays in place. But this right here, it's pretty easy to keep everything. When you start getting bulk is when it does start getting a little more difficult. And I will say this, I did notice when hanging the quilt up, I do have one that looks like it is more than 1/4 of an inch opening from the end of the fabric before it started sewing. It's very possible it could have come loose. And also, guys, on this, remember when you press opposite directions. I'm going to go on and press this so I can keep them pressed, but I think this one presses down. And when I say down, I mean to the red. So this row does press down. And I'm laying this at the angle it's going to be. So now we have our red going down on this one. So that means it goes to the side. I may have to pin this one. I'm going to just to be on the safe side because it does have that thick seam right there. It looks like all my seams are good. And we'll make sure that once we've sewn this one, it presses down as well. And we're going to go on and just get this row ready for the next block here. So I'll press this one. Okay. That's what we're looking at. We're going to keep it going in that angle as I keep attaching. Now this one here, it doesn't matter which way it goes. It's going to be the same either way. So I am going to go on and I don't have to pin that because I know my blocks are the same sizes. Well, I hope they are anyway. Let me see. I could put these together and y'all know in the book we are doing for this quilt, you do the 6-inch squares. Let me check this one. This one does look like it's a little bit off. So one moment. Okay, it did look like my piece had gotten just a little bit off. I might have forgotten to trim it. So I am going to and when you lay your blocks on here, you can tell if they're not matching up or not. And if they're not matching up, double check your trims to make sure you trimmed your blocks. Because now that I've trimmed it, everything is matching 100%. Okay, so we've got that block done. Going to press this one, and I will only have one more piece to put on before I have this row ready. And here we go with this row. And when I said we have one more piece for this row to be ready, this row will not be ready until we have our other square put on from Thursday night's live with Tammy, and then I have an edge piece to put on there, but it'll be ready after that to attach to the quilt top that is hung behind me. What I'll do now is get this one pressed and it will be ready. So now I have my land that I love caught up. So this could be our Whip It Wednesday, guys. I'm so excited to get one more thing caught up and ready, so I'm not behind on my land that I love anymore. So now we just have our lives. There will be some behind the scene things that I do need to do. I will need to get my borders cut and sewn together and ready to go. So that's what we're going to be working on the 31st, hopefully. I will probably already have my borders cut to the size they need to be and sewn together, because I already know what one side is going to be, and I know what one top, I know what the side is going to be, and I know what the top is going to be. And I'm calling this right here a side, even though technically that's the top, and I'm calling this the top when technically that's a side. But I will, figure out what the length is, and I'll cut 2 pieces that same size. Hopefully there's not going to be a big variance between this top and the bottom here, or these 2 sides. Hopefully there's not a very big difference in those. I will cut the sides the same length, and I will cut the top and the bottom the same length, so when I sew it on there, it will square it up. They'll be the same exact both ways. So guys, like I said, this is going to be a quick video, literally 35 minutes, and I've caught my land that I love up. I hope you've enjoyed it. You're probably getting a 15-minute video. I hope not. I hope it's a little longer than that. But thank you for joining me. I hope to see y'all tomorrow night with Tammy at the Siberian Wind when we go live on her channel sewing on this quilt. We will be doing a block. Like, it's not going to be this block, but it will be a sewn block. But I hope to see y'all there. So guys, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye guys.